Hey guys, this is Alan with the Grilling Network. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I've got something special for you. Quite often a lot of my cooks are meat oriented, and sometimes I get requests for something else. And I'm going to do a vegetarian dish, and the name of this dish is Baingan Bharta. It's an Indian dish, and it's going to be quite yummy. Part of my day job often offers me to travel frequently, and one of the places that I've been to is the land of India, and for the most part their country is vegetarian. So I asked a couple of my friends what would be a great vegetarian dish that I could share with you guys, and they said eggplant. So Baingan is the Indian word for eggplant, and that's what we're going to cook right now. So there's a lot of ingredients here, and we're going to go over that here in the next step. Okay, we're going to go over the dry ingredients for this dish. We've got 2 tablespoons paprika. We've got 3 tablespoons of curry powder. We've got 1 teaspoon of coriander. We've got 2 teaspoons turmeric. 1 teaspoon of salt, kosher salt that is, and I've got some coriander seeds that I'm going to go ahead and toss in the pan when I do that process. So I'm going to set this aside and we'll start chopping up the vegetables. Okay, we've got some of the the vegetables ready. We've got garlic and some ginger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off a piece of ginger here. It's a root actually, and then I'm just going to cut these in little pieces that I'm going to toss into my pestle and mortar, and then we're just going to grind that up. So roughly chop it up, toss that in there, and I'm just going to roughly chop that up. And just, be careful when you're cutting with, sharp knives, that you tuck your fingers in, and that way you protect yourself, and that way you don't cut yourself. You can use the knuckles of your fingers as a guide, and that will help protect you from, cutting yourself. So again, just a rough chop, and we're just going to toss that into the mortar and pestle, and do that now. And then all we're going to do is just, grind this up, and I'll get this ready and toss in the frying pan. Okay, we've got a sweet onion. Actually, you want about a cup of an onion. I'm using a sweet onion because this is a spicier dish, and I want a little bit of sweet with the heat. So again, just the way I do it, I just cut crisscross into my onion. I leave the heel of the onion on there, so it helps hold the onion together. And then again, just crisscross like this. And then just, rough chops. There we go. Some people like a lot of onions in their dish. Some people don't, so just put as much or as less as you want, and let's get with the next step. Okay, the next step are tomatoes. Just use 3 medium-sized tomatoes, and again, I'm just going to roughly chop this in half. That way it gives it a base for me to make my cuts into this. Alright, so we're going to go and finish this up, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, the next step is some heat, and I'm using jalapeno peppers, and I'm just going to use 1 for this, and I'm just going to roughly chop this up. I'm going to use the seeds in this, or leave the seeds in it. As you can see, actually this one doesn't have that many seeds, it's more towards the center here, but I'm going to leave these whole pieces like this right here and use this for the dish. I'm going to continue to chop up the peppers, and I also got some portobello mushrooms or baby mushrooms, and for that I'm just going to slice these up as well, and we'll go ahead and get to the eggplant next. Okay, now for the eggplant, my twist on this is going to be that I'm going to smoke it on my Weber grill, and what we're going to do with this is I'm going to rub some extra virgin olive oil on it, but what I'm going to do is so that the smoking process that I'm going to apply to my grill, I'm going to actually add hickory wood chunks on it and off to the side of the grill and let it burn, and the smoke will penetrate the eggplant. So the idea behind this is you're going to put cuts in it so that the olive oil will penetrate it, and then just rub it all over, and that way the smoke will adhere to it. So the next step is to see you out on the grill, and we'll do that now. Okay guys, we're out at the grill. I've preheated my grill up to 400 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and place the eggplant. Right now I'm going to turn off the center burners, and that way it'll be indirect heating. Place the eggplant on. It's going to cook for about 25 minutes or so, and I've got the hickory wood burning right now, wood chips on the side. Close this up and we'll check you back inside while we prep the vegetables. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and prep the vegetable portion of this recipe. I'm going to take a deep wok, or a deep pan. I'm going to place about a couple tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil on the bottom. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take the cumin seeds and let them toast a little bit. And actually what we'll do is go and push the rest of that in there. In the meantime, we're also going to add the garlic and ginger, and we just want it to soften a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and add the next step. Okay, this has been going for about a minute, and we're going to go ahead and add the onions. And right now we're just going to sweat these onions real quick, or just a little bit, before we add the rest of the vegetables. I can already smell the garlic and ginger and cumin seeds. Let's go ahead and add the mushrooms. And all I'm doing right now is just making sure that they soften up a little bit before we add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, here's the curry powder. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. We'll add the tomatoes. Actually, I think what I mentioned before was when I added the curry powder, that was the mixture of the salt and coriander and all the other ingredients that we combined into a bowl earlier. So all the ingredients are in there, except for the jalapenos. And for coloring and actually also flavoring, I'm going to add the bell peppers. So I'm going to turn the heat down and let it reduce for a little bit, and we'll check back on the eggplant, and we'll check back soon. Alright guys, while the vegetables are still reducing or getting soft, I'm going to cook a side dish of jasmine rice. Really easy, a cup, one 3/4 cup of water, a tablespoon of butter, and a cupful of jasmine rice. Just place that in there, and we're just gonna let it come to a boil and keep stirring it and let it cook the rice. We'll get back to the eggplant in just a second, and we'll do that now. Okay guys, we've got the eggplant or bangan off the grill, and right now you can see the grill marks on it. Looks like it's got a nice char to it. The smoke permeated or penetrated the meat, the flesh of the eggplant. What we're going to do now is we're going to remove this, let it cool down a little bit, and then we're going to remove the skin. Alright, we're going to go ahead and remove the skin so we can take the flesh from the eggplant and toss it into the vegetables that we've been cooking. So I'm just going to go, this is still quite hot. And what we're going to do is just, remove the skin. Actually, I'll just go ahead and chop this in half. As you can see there, it's still quite hot. I'm going to go ahead and remove the flesh, chop it up, and then toss that into the mixture. We'll go ahead and do that right now. Alright, we've added the eggplant to the mixture here. I'm going to let it simmer for about another 10-15 minutes, and we'll go ahead and plate it up next. Okay, we've plated up the Baingan Bharta, and what we're going to do now is go ahead and give it a try. This smells phenomenal. Normally with Indian dishes you have roti or naan. I have a tortilla. I couldn't find any rotis to go with this, but it's similar, same purpose. Go ahead and give this a try. It smells phenomenal. Oh my gosh, it smells so good, tastes so good. Alright guys, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this video, and especially those videos that are people that ask for comments or suggestions of foods to try. And if you like this video, please subscribe and continue to send requests, and I'll try my best to make that happen. Again guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.